All right, welcome back to the next video in our 16-inch Blackhole Weaponry 6-arc upper build. The next step here is to actually secure the gas block now that we have it on the barrel and we have the muzzle device torqued and ready to go. I like to use these thumb screws. I have a description for this in my parts list post, but I got this from School of the American Rifle. I think it's 8-32 thumb screw, or I can't remember the exact threads, but it's in my parts list post. And I already know from my bore scope to check port alignment, I know I can be right up against the shoulder. And for rotational alignment, I got to be right over the dimple, which is convenient. So I'm just going to line this up as I know it should be. And I'm going to use my thumb screw here just to secure it. And I'm going to use my cup tip screws. So I'm not going to use the knurled tip yet. I'm going to do a function check, and then I will swap the cup tip screws for knurled tip and possibly use some thread locker on there. So before I torque this screw down, I'm going to just take a peek, make sure we're close to top dead center, which we are. And I'm just going to use touch. Okay. Now we slide the handguard on. Check our gas tube, make sure it doesn't have too much tension on it. We're good. You want to hear a nice little rattle in there. If it has tension, it won't rattle, and it could be an indicator that you need to bend your gas tube a little bit to get some clearance. You can also check our gas tube protrusion into the upper and how it mates. Seems good. Got a good alignment with the carrier key. Oh. All right. This is a Icon Defense 13-inch rail. Oh, you know what? I got to put my anti-rotation pin in here. These rails come with an anti-rotation pin, which is nice. And I always try to get an upper that has the anti-rotation pinhole as well. So you might need to whack the handguard with a mallet or something to get the pin fully seated, but we'll see how tight it is. So it slides very easily into the upper itself, but on the rail it does not. There we go. That's rock solid. Okay. Here's our screws. These handguard screws for these Sons of Liberty / Icon Defense are a little hard to understand at first, but after you do it a couple times, it's pretty easy. What I like to do is find a little corner, and you know that part of the hardware goes down towards the barrel, and you can look in the corner for the corner cut in your handguard. You're supposed to do the middle one first, and these screws just have a little cup. So I just put the screw in the cup. Now these handguard screws, they don't technically have a torque spec. They just say to tighten it until it clearly hits a stopping point. So you could use some Vibrotite on these, which I may end up putting on there. You can reuse this screws over and over again. I'm not going to worry about that right now. If I have to change anything on it, I don't want to have to deal with it. So once I replace my cup tip gas box screws for the knurled tip, I will, because I have to take the handguard off to do that. Usually, unless you're lucky and the M-lock slots just line up perfectly. Once I do that, I will reattach everything, and then I'll put witness marks on the gas block screws and the handguard screws using a paint pen, something like this. Get on Amazon, paint pen. Okay, I'm not gonna do that right now. That's in my final steps. So this one is, middle one is done. Now you gotta flip this over, and the corner parts on these ones go on this side. And kind of get them both set up. Where's my corner? Okay, bottom right. There we go. There we go. We're gonna get our charging handle. The zipper is good to go. Reassemble. All right. That's it for this video. Thanks, everyone.